So our readings for this Sunday, the 19th Sunday of Ordinary Time, really would be appropriate for the season of Advent. The themes of waiting and watchfulness and readiness, those are the themes we usually hear on the Sundays of Advent. But we're covering it here in this 19th Sunday of Ordinary Time. So over the next 4 weeks, our second reading comes from the chapters 11 and 12 of Hebrews. This section of the letter concentrates on the virtues necessary for Christian life, of faith, perseverance, hope, and attentiveness to God's Word. The selection for this first week concentrates on faith. Faith is defined as the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen. It highlights that faith of Abraham, who was asked by God to go off to an unknown land where he would inherit that land, the promised land, right? And he went off just with that faith, even not really knowing where he was going. Our first reading comes from the book of Wisdom. The book was almost certainly written in Greek 2 or 3 centuries before the birth of Christ. The author is unknown, but he says that he's writing in the name of Solomon, King Solomon, right? The son of King David, who's known for his great wisdom, his great knowledge. In the book, the author wants to show that it is indeed wise and prudent to know the one true God and to worship him even in the midst of all the neighbors worshiping the pagan gods all throughout this area where the Greeks were, and try to the Jewish people to understand that they need to continue to believe in the one true God rather than turn to all these Greek pagans. The book proposes an example of the Israelites of old. They were faithful and confident, ready, and even expectant people who worshiped God even while their enemies sought to destroy them. In this Sunday's reading, stresses the vigilance of the Israelites on the night of the Passover. The Israelites of old worshiped God even while their enemies sought to destroy them, and as a result, witnessed the destructions of their foes instead, while offering the Passover to the God in true worship. Our gospel continues this theme of vigilance. Jesus is teaching his followers the attitude they should have towards the future. Jesus is not just talking about the end of the world. Matthew puts this scene towards the end of Jesus' ministry. But Luke's gospel, which we're reading from today, puts the scene as Jesus is going towards Jerusalem when he's instructing his disciples about how to live life. This isn't just about the end of the world, but it's about how we should live our life all the time. It's what Luke is trying to emphasize. In the gospel today, Jesus asks vigilance of us. Be vigilant because you don't know when the bridegroom will arrive. So what does this vigilance mean? The explanation of the parable in the reading makes it clear. This vigilance means to keep busy doing the Master's work, to keep busy growing in our faith, doing the will of God. We must never become complacent, but we must always be vigilant, already ready to take that next step. Even as our faith grows, more will be demanded of us. This Sunday's Mass is an opportunity for us to make an examination of conscience concerning our vigilance and fulfillment of our responsibilities. A couple of questions that we should think about. Am I putting my knowledge of faith to good use by sharing it with others, or am I keeping it all to myself? Am I generous in the use of my talents in my parish or diocese? Will I be able to look Jesus in the face on the last day with a clear conscience that I did what I could with the formation and the talents that were entrusted to me for the building up of the church?